Hey there, listeners. Welcome back for another exciting episode of the Die by the Sword podcast. We really hope you're enjoying the show. If you could, go ahead and give us a review and rate us on Apple Podcasts. That helps other people find our podcast so we can gain new listeners and expand this exciting show. We also want to give a shout out to Ed and Gavin over at Midnight Syndicate and thank them for their awesome music that just enhances our games. You can check them out at www.midnightsyndicate.com. Speaking of awesome soundtracks, you should check out Sword Coast Soundscapes because they provide all of our ambient background. You can find them at youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. All right, that's enough for me. Let's get into the show.
Well, I'm still sick.
Yeah, that sucks, especially when you can't shake it.
This bug just won't go away.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where the worst of the symptoms are gone within 2 days, but then you just got the drainage and the coughing that just keeps going on.
And for recording, I mean, last week you kept getting up to have to take care of business. So hopefully this week it won't interrupt.
To be clear, taking care of business was blowing his nose.
Right.
Well, I didn't want to be gross about it.
I mean, I didn't want him to have to, taking care of business could be, I have to go vomit in between every scene or something.
Okay.
Or I could have to go murder somebody. I mean, we don't know what kind of business we're talking about.
There's different types of business.
Seriously.
Never talk about my business.
There's privately owned versus publicly owned. And
Exactly.
So yeah,
anyway,
sorry you're still sick.
he's a disgusting creature.
I'll survive.
But it kind of fits with the whole swampy nature of where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roderick's allergies are just through the roof right now.
Yeah,
Seriously.
he picked something up in the library, and it's only gotten worse since it got to this swamp.
Mold.
Didn't,
Maybe they're connected.
Mom, don't you, Mother claims to have gotten a, prehistoric virus when we went and visited,
When we were in China, we went and visited Xi'an,
The Warriors,
the
Terracotta
Warriors.
the terracotta soldiers. It was
I
amazing.
swear to God, I got a 700-year-old or however many 1,000-year-old virus. 'Cause I was so sick after we left there.
Maybe you're allergic to terracotta. Do you have any plants, potted plants?
You know, I'll tell you what's interesting about it. When you went in there, the place we were at was destroyed by fire, and you could still smell it. You could smell this.
Still the fire?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was amazing. You were maybe 8 or 9 and totally amazed by the experience. It was thrilling. It
I've been
really
to the Great Wall. I've been to London. I've been to the Last Supper painting in Italy. I've been to a lot of different stuff, but the terracotta soldiers was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
So 2 questions about that. Are the terracotta warriors full-sized or half-sized?
Yes, they're full-size.
Full-size, so they look like...
The horses are...
The horses are full-sized.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Thousands
of them. It's just a huge... It's incredible.
They were all crushed, and the restoration is that they've put back all of these terracotta puzzles.
Yeah.
Mhm. And each face is individually painted.
So
It's not like a mold that they just copy and pasted. It's like each face is individual to an actual soldier that existed in real life.
So that was a real dude?
Yeah. Well,
They used real
represented.
models.
Represented.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't think there's somebody
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
But
No. Correct. They are not, in fact, golems.
yes, right.
Oh, this is appropriate for
It
what's
is.
happening right now. Oh.
They're inanimate clay, homunculi.
Well, my
now.
other question
For now, yeah.
was actually about the Last Supper and how big it was.
It's a wall.
It's a wall.
I didn't realize that either. It's like, it's a wall. And you know what's hilarious? It's hilarious and really sad. Some monk not a million years ago, obviously, but many years ago, was like, you know what?
We need a door.
We need a door here, and we're going to cut off Jesus' feet to get through into the next room. So you can't see Jesus' feet in the painting.
Because there's an arc there now for the door.
No.
So, because one of the stories, so you'll see Last Supper paintings where he has feet. It's like, it's a lie. They don't know. But the thought is that his feet were crossed in representing how his feet looked on the cross.
On the cross, yeah.
Would make sense.
Like, because he's posed like he is when he's on the crucifix.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I didn't see any of the symbols from,
No, we looked. We couldn't find any of the...
what the heck is that called?
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a pretty amazing and lucky thing, though. Yeah, just fortunate that we got to see it.
It was so crazy because, like, we were there. Mom was there on a business trip, and she just had to take me with her. I didn't want to go.
In hindsight, you're glad you went?
Oh, yeah, she never minded.
I was being sarcastic. I really wanted to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, lots of...
She spent her 16th birthday in Venice.
Yeah.
In
darn.
Square.
Oh, darn.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Woe is me. So, but we... the coworker of my mom was like, "Oh, hey, what do you want to do while you're in Milan?" And she was like, "I'd really love to see the Last Supper painting." We got in, saw it, went away, and then I think later we were going to Venice. And then later that day, we met a couple on a train who was going to see the Last Supper the same day that we went, and they'd had tickets for months in advance. That afternoon, after we had gone and seen it, everyone went on strike.
Oh no!
Yeah. So, like...
They missed it.
They didn't get to see it.
That's horrible.
Because they had an afternoon appointment.
And we shouldn't have been able to in that time frame, but we were just sort of like, la, la, la.
Yeah. Oh, let's go see it.
Let's go see it.
Planning is for suckers.
Basically. And this is just another tip in case you ever get to do this. You can, this is in a different place, but if you can get into, you used to be able to walk up to, and not that long ago, 35, 40 years ago, used to be able to walk up to Stonehenge, no problem. Now it's like going to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
It's very regulated. But you can still go in and see it individually. You just have to get up really early in the morning and convince someone to take you from the nearby town.
Do they
arrange with it? And you can be in there alone in the circle. And I did that.
Wow. Do they give tours of the Pandorica?
No, wasn't there. Hadn't appeared yet. I was looking for it, but I got to spend like an hour in the ring all by myself.
Wow.
With no other tourists. It was great.
Because I know, like, unless you have the private tour to go into the ring, you're mostly on the outside circle.
Exactly.
On the outside.
Exactly. But I was able to
go inside.
I was able to be inside the ring for an hour by myself. There was a guard making sure I wasn't like taking out a hammer and chisel,
chiseling
which
everything.
people used to do.
Oh,
used to be
That's the thing with the supposed wood of the cross, is that people would go up and bite off pieces of the wood
as they would kiss it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
I mean,
there's so many fragments of the cross. It was enough to make probably 10 or 12 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's like the loaves and the fishes.
Exactly.
What cultural touchstone? Because when I was at O'Hare Airport and I saw the flags, it just reminded me of being in Home Alone. So, what did you feel like you were in some sort of movie or something?
No, I was really hoping for this mystical experience. I had no mystical feeling whatsoever, other than the fact it was just so wonderful to be there and to just walk around and look at the different, just sense it different, because the sun was coming up, so I got to see the sun coming up.
Where I did feel that, though, is Newgrange, which is... It's older than Stonehenge, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a prehistoric burial mound. There's 3 mounds. The triskele, and the 3 swirls?
Mm-hmm.
This is where that symbol is found. It's on an entry stone into this burial mound. And it's, again, one of those city built on city areas. They didn't know it existed for a long time because civilizations had been built on it, and now they've, like, rediscovered the mounds.
And this is another one that's aligned with... solar activity on the solstices.
On the solstice, if you're inside, the sun will beam straight in through it
and land on the altar.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So but you didn't. What cultural?
Oh, I'm sorry. You meant cultural. I just meant felt the.
No, I meant like if I was in Stonehenge, I would totally be in that episode of the X-Men where they fought Apocalypse.
Gotcha. No, I don't think I've ever had anything like that. Washington, D.C., whenever I watch National Treasure, I'm like, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there.
I do that when I see places that I've been to. Or like when I went to Salem and I saw places from Hocus Pocus. I'm like, oh, that's Allison's house from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've thought of it that way. No, I was just thinking of like really cool places I've been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's really cool, though.
So we're in a swamp.
We're in a swamp now, though.
But it was interesting you bring up the burial mounds. Because you're on this... Well, you're approaching this very miserable-looking, swampy island with the fog and mist coming up off the water because the water is warmer than the air outside. You see like a tangle of trees kind of overhanging the whole island.
Ooh.
So it's like a canopy almost looking over it. Hanging from the trees, you see these fetishes up in there that look like little humans made out of sticks. Kind of thing,
Like Blair Witch?
It's very Blair Witch looking.
Also, when you say fetishes, that's not what I'm thinking.
That's what they are, though.
This isn't
in the classic use of the term.
Yes.
This is we are mature adults here, Philip, and we don't
Except
need
for you.
We don't need that kind of nonsense in here.
But I don't know what the original meaning of fetishes was, or fetish, or whatever.
Just a little worship object.
Ah, okay. Well, that
Pagan. A pagan object.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Like puppets, things like that. Voodoo
Shrunken
dolls
heads.
or fetishes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm wondering if there's anything that looks remotely oceanographic. Like Cholulu or...
What?
Cholulu, like the sauce,
Like the hot
Cholulu?
sauce?
No.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, what's his name? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you don't see anything like that here.
Cthulian.
You just see these humanoid figures made of sticks bound with twine. Those are all hanging up in the trees above this area. You also see larger versions of those kind of stuck into the ground. Instead of typical headstones, you would imagine this is what marks the graves. So you see those kind of stuck in the ground. There's roughly about 40 of them on this little island. So you'd imagine about 40 graves.
That's not that many.
Here. You also notice, give me a perception check as you're coming in.
That is a 25 perception from Roderick.
Yeah, 25 for Roderick.
23 from Zenobia.
23.
22 for Vivian.
11.
So everybody but Renly.
In Renly's defense, he was having to drive the boat while Vivian's just posing.
Just kind of watching around. Yeah. So looking around, in one of, there are 3 trees that kind of look like they all connect together. And in the middle of where they connect, up at the top, you see a very large nest.
Ew.
Up on the top as well.
Like bird-like nest?
I don't know.
Well, my perception check wouldn't be able to tell.
No.
Bird nest.
Well, you could check it out when somebody points it out to you.
What's that?
Is it a bird nest?
I don't know. Maybe it could be.
Last night, do you know what that is? Has that always been here?
It's been a while since I've seen these parts, and I'm not sure that was there before.
I'm going to get my composite bow and a silver-tipped arrow ready.
Detect magic?
You do not detect magic.
Hey, Renly, do you know what that is?
Magic? Yes.
The nest.
Oh, that thing. Do I do another roll?
Knowledge, nature.
Knowledge, nature.
Knowledge, nature. No, I do not.
I see that one.
Natural 1.
So I have a question. Is Renly the type of personality where would he say false information, like what he thinks it is, even if he doesn't know?
No, because he hates false information. But let me check something real quick. Renly has a drawback. His drawback is doubt.
Uh-oh.
So, what that is you lack confidence in your abilities or confidence in the universe at large whenever you fail a skill check.
Uh-oh.
You take a -4 penalty on that type of skill check for the next hour.
So knowledge, nature for the next hour.
Well, technically, you failed perception, too.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. So, yeah, for the next hour, my perception is -4.
And his knowledge, nature.
So is knowledge, nature, yeah.
And do we know that? Do we know that about him?
Nah.
Nah,
It's falling apart.
yeah.
So does he say anything when he's feeling doubtful? Does he try to overcompensate, or does he just go quiet? Does he?
I haven't come up with that, but I like that overcompensate. So he'll probably it's a bird's nest of the northern Ustalavian titmouse.
I'm sorry. It's a mouse living in a bird's nest?
No, a titmouse is a bird.
Oh,
I thought he didn't like falsehoods.
He doesn't.
but he's feeling doubtful.
Yeah.
But does he turn colors or something? Is it pretty obvious that he's lying?
Yeah, well, I mean, if he stammers and stutters like that, yeah.
Well, you got to roll sense motive.
Sense motive. 17.
19.
I think he's just making things up.
You're making things up again, Arnold.
Yeah, that's a 23.
Yeah, no, you know that's wrong.
Stop it, Renly.
But, okay.
I only want to hear the truth, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So Vivian wants to get out of the boat. She's terrified of drowning in this awful swamp.
All right. So you get out of the boats, start making your way.
And I'm studying this nest. I'm keeping my eye on it.
Keep your eye on the nest.
Vivian casts light on
my eye on
Vivian casts
you.
light on her glaive.
Okay. So you have light and everyone's able to see around this area because it is kind of dark, especially with the canopy kind of over you. As you're looking around the graveyard here, give me another perception check.
I put a light stick in my boss.
Natural 20.
Hey, there you go.
Man, we are rolling so much better than last week.
13.
29.
13.
16.
Okay. So you do notice a couple of things. You find there are 6 graves here that appear to have been tampered with. So instead of being covered graves, they're kind of dug out a little bit. Looks like they've kind of collapsed in some. If you look at the graves, those 6 graves are empty, but the rest of the graves remain undisturbed.
Oh dear. Lasney, were these 6 graves of the people that were killed last year? Or are they other graves?
Nude grave.
Nude graves.
Nude graves. Well, I don't know about those nude graves you're talking about, but none of the graves here would have been nude.
These would have been of older...
Yes.
Oh, this is the old site, so, yeah.
Well, no, but this is also where the 10 people were killed before. Were buried.
No, we buried them.
Oh, in the new site?
And
Oh.
Because it got tainted by the...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
I'm sure that Zenobia has sort of filled in everybody else the conversation she had with Lasney at the table.
And reminds you that these people are also remarkably well preserved. They don't seem to decay after they die.
Yes, they seem to avoid decay after death. Also, I was thinking about how you said that there was a lot of blood when the creature was dragged under. I don't know, and he's sort of talking to the group. He's like, I don't know if our beast bleeds that way. I mean, he's a flesh golem.
Yes, do flesh golems bleed?
Can I roll a knowledge arcana?
Sure.
Can we take some of the water back to the CSI? Headquarters.
28. Like, do they have a functioning circulatory system? I don't imagine they would. They're just like flesh clumped together.
20.
I guess the way I would find out is if they're immune to bleed.
They are immune to bleed.
Yeah, so they don't... Yeah, so... Flesh golems are immune to bleed, which would mean they don't have a functioning circulatory system, which means they wouldn't bleed out the way this creature was described.
Further evidence that it was not Horus.
And he's not really bothering Lasney with that information. He's more just sharing it with his group.
Why wouldn't he bother Lasney with it?
Because Lasney's a witness for the prosecution.
So?
And he's still very much in the mindset of kill the beast. He wants to see it burn.
He's not he's helping us, but he's not helping us.
But why wouldn't you, if we know that he is not guilty, why wouldn't we start planting those seeds in the witness's head?
Because that's not the way this adventure is working.
I think we could do it, but...
I mean, because we don't think we should see the beast should burn.
What Roderick is concerned with is if we try too hard for that too early, he might get obstinate and go harder.
And we still need his help.
And leave us here.
That I understand.
Or change his story to make us look wrong.
Right.
Lasney, has there been, since last year when this was happening, have there been any other strangers around town?
None that I can recall.
And none since then?
Not until you had shown up.
And whoever contacted you to be a witness?
That is correct.
Okay.
Who was that? Who did contact you?
I was notified by a Gustav Koppel.
Just for the record, I really like Lasney. You're doing a good job with him.
It's Gustav Koppel, and I forget the other gentleman's name, but one was for some defensive stuff, the other one was for some prosecution.
Are there any alchemists in the area?
Alchem what?
People who use potions. They may like to work with metal.
Well, we've all used potions here and then.
People who make potions, create potions.
Well, there's an apothecary in town. She's usually the one that makes all of our herbal remedies. But most of us don't really need to take them most of the time. It's not a very lucrative business for her.
I was about to ask, is she very well off?
No, she does all right. I mean, we don't really have much of a need for money around these parts. We mostly live off the land and
Barter?
Bottom, yeah.
So Roderick identifies the 6 tampered graves, and there's nothing else of note that we're seeing initially?
Nothing really initially.
What direction? Where did the beast fall?
Kind of in the southern area.
Near where these graves are?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of around this area here. With the rolls that you had earlier, you also noticed toward the southern end of the boneyard, it looks like there was a small camp that had been set up there at some point. There's like a small fire pit. There's a water skin that's kind of still half full. Some very aged remnants of trail rations, like a glass vial is there. The vial has like the remains of like this green substance that kind of smells like old carrots.
Vivian, what is this? Do you recognize this?
Lasney, do you get a lot of campers in a burial ground?
No, this seems a bit odd to me.
Can we do a survival for how old this campsite is?
Yeah, you can do that.
Roderick aids.
I've got a 12.
11, 13, 14. You were aiding me?
Yeah.
16?
16. Probably tell us about probably a little over a year old.
This looks to match about that time. Maybe this is where the beast was heading. What is this vial, though? I'm not sure. What kind of
It looks like a vial.
What kind of
full
knowledge?
of vial stuff.
You could do a craft alchemy or knowledge arcana.
Arcana it is.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
This isn't a potion, but it's an extract. It's an alchemist extract of dark vision.
We're definitely dealing with an alchemist.
Yes, this is far too coincidental.
And this is obviously related with the break-in at the library.
How do you figure that?
If we're dealing with a homunculus and golems, these all point towards an alchemist.
I just doubted myself, I'm sorry.
Don't doubt yourself, Friendly. You're very successful, very knowledgeable.
So we're dealing with someone without dark vision, so a human.
Can golems see in the dark?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
A golem wouldn't need a potion of dark vision.
Can golems drink potions? I don't think they can.
They don't have a circulatory system, so they don't have a digestive system?
Yes, that would be my assumption.
Were organs any of the parts that were missing from the...
Yeah, they also can just be made of rock, so...
Or clay.
Or iron if you're in bad luck.
As you're all looking around this area here, investigating this campsite that you've stumbled upon,
I'm looking up at that nest.
you're looking up at that nest, but not coming
Studying it.
from the nest, coming from another direction. These spikes just start flying at you.
Oh my goodness.
Shoom.
As we're gonna roll for initiative as these spikes fly at you.
Oh, no.
Renly?
8.
8, exciting. Vivian?
9.
9, wow. Zenobia?
18.
18, there you go. And Roderick?
3.
I was hoping for 19.
So this thing did get the attack off in a surprise round.
To everyone?
Yes.
Reflex save?
No, because it's making an attack roll on each of you. Alright. A spike flying at Renly. That is a 13 against Renly.
No. Wait. Do I have to do flat-footed?
Yes.
No.
Alright, against Vivian. 23.
What is with this? Yes, that hits.
Actually, sorry, that's 25.
Oh, okay. Okay, that doesn't hit then.
I rolled a 5 against him, then I rolled a 17 against him.
It's just the werewolf fight all over again. If I'm the only one that gets hit.
We shall see. And that is 11 points of damage to Vivian as she gets impaled by a spike.
You know what? At least you don't have to make a fortitude save.
That's true. Zenobia is a 24.
Flat-footed.
Yes, that hits.
That's 10 points of damage to Zenobia. And Roderick. 15.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm sorry, but I'm also glad.
That is 8 points of damage to Roderick.
Ouchies.
So, basically what has happened is this creature has flown by and whipped some spikes out of its tail
I already know what it is.
at you.
So it's like a flying porcupine?
Well, it kind of looks like a flying lion.
It's a manticore.
I was going to say
Oh,
it's
it's a
manticore.
So they could have been poison tipped.
They're not poisoned in this game.
Oh. I thought they were poison.
No,
So
that's the scorpion tail one.
Do I
That's the
see?
thing.
Do I see it?
So basically what has happened is you've seen this flying lion with a spiked tail fling these spikes from its tail at you. So you didn't see it fling them at you, but
You felt them.
you felt them.
And then
for
we saw a
sure.
big lion thing, and we're
then
like,
you
I
saw
bet
a
the
big-
spikes came from that.
Probably, because it has this big spiky tail. Zenobia, you're up first.
Well, can I fire at it?
You sure can.
So this is the beginning of the round, right? It's not a surprise round.
That was a surprise round
Yeah.
that it attacked in.
So this
but
is round one?
Now it's round one.
So can she study and do all her fun stuff?
Yeah, got a full action.
So study and fire.
So, do I need to identify it? I can just fire.
well, you might not be able to identify it depending on what type of creature it is.
Then I think I'm just going to fire. I
Yeah.
don't really care as long as I can see it.
It looks magical.
It looks-
in nature. So you just want to fire at it,
I'm just going to fire at it with my compound bow and silver-tipped arrow,
and you're going to study.
and I am going to study. Ooh, nice. 18 plus 8, that's 26.
That definitely hits.
Ooh, 8! Yay! Plus 2. Yes?
Yep.
10.
Wow.
10 points of
points
damage.
of
All right.
So you return the favor.
It has been hit.
Yes. I damaged it as much as it damaged me.
Very nice.
All right.
That's the first time I've hit with a full damage on the
Yeah.
bow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know if the silver tip had anything to do with anything, but
Well, hopefully one of us can give you some knowledge in a moment.
yeah.
Some
Right.
knowledge.
Did it take any damage? I guess that's the real question.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it took the damage. So what it's going to do now is it's going to return the attack on Zenobia. So it is going to do a flyby attack. Fly past, a bite, and then go past.
I'm no longer flat-footed, right? This is my...
Correct. You have acted, so you're no longer flat-footed. That's going to be miss anyway, because that's a 13.
Yeah, it's a miss.
So it flies by, tries to bite you, and then just keeps going.
And I laugh in its general direction.
Mwahaha.
Mwah.
Mwaha.
Smells of elderberries.
Yeah. And its mother was a hamster. Vivian, you're
Is
up
that what he
next.
says?
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
Am I up next, or is it Roderick's turn?
No, Roger rolled a 3.
Oh, I thought you rolled an 11.
I got a 9, an 8, and a 3.
I don't know. I thought you were more initiative-y than you are. Okay, Vivian is going to roll Knowledge Arcana,
Okay.
hopefully. 13 Knowledge Arcana. Do I at least know the name of it?
You at least know it's a manticore.
It's a manticore. I knew it. And she's going to channel positive energy because we all, except
Good call. I like
Friendly.
fighting manticores. They're a good fight.
got hurted.
They're not annoying like some of the other things you
Does-
might fight.
Are they? What do you like about it?
That they take full damage.
That's a great trait to have.
Do they respond to holy water?
No, they're not undead.
They're not
Don't
undead.
waste it.
Only undead take damage from holy water.
Just gotta ask. Don't want to be wasting time on holy water if it's not gonna work.
No, this is a magical beast, not undead.
3 points of healing.
It's better than 0.
The poopy.
Is that for everybody?
Yeah, it was a poopy heal. In this poopy swamp.
So the manticore will heal up as well.
No, I have selective channeling, sir. How dare you?
Just wanted to make sure.
How dare you? That was my first feat.
I mean, it's been rare that I get to attack with something that's not undead.
Yet.
It is not dead yet.
However,
That's
did you
interesting.
know that selective channeling does have a
Limit for
limit, a
caster
people
level?
limit? No, it's not caster level. It's your modifier. Exclude up to charisma modifier.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I thought
Yeah.
it was cleric level. But yeah.
No. So it's like it's not all powerful. It's pretty powerful.
Does the silver make any difference on this?
No.
So I could just use regular arrows.
Yeah.
We wouldn't really know that with the 13, but you could tell it didn't
Well,
do any.
but she knows it now.
Well,
No, I don't know that
Even with
because I didn't
13,
roll
she
high
didn't
enough.
really know it, but you could just tell from the way it hit that it didn't do extra damage like it would have with like the werewolves or anything.
I have to admit, I'm not keeping a really great count on my silver arrows anyway. That's not true. I've got them all X'd out, but I want to make more, by the way, Roderick. We've talked about that.
Mm-hmm. So Vivian heals, kind of.
Puny healing.
Puny healing. Renly is up next.
Renly is going to cast Obscuring Mist.
Ooh.
So, 20 feet around me, the mist rises.
I better be able to see this damn manticore.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah, I didn't.
Nope. You're in mist.
You're in mist, so you won't be able to see it.
I was just thinking, it's like
me, Renly.
Well, I didn't want to get hit. Well, I didn't get hit the first time.
You're gonna say that all in character?
No, that was out of character because, yeah.
Renly, what are you doing?
I didn't want to be hit.
No, this is fine. We can work with this.
You're going to be hit now.
Just conk.
I'd like to discuss later the pros and cons of obscuring mist.
Well, the pro.
I said later.
Well, I casted it.
All right.
Yeah.
You can dismiss it next time, right?
Obscuring Mist is cast. All right, Roderick.
Roderick, standard action, casts Shield, swift action, magically enhances his sword, and moves a little bit closer to the edge of the mist.
Okay.
It's like 5-foot step.
Oh, and rolls the Knowledge Arcana. It's worse. It's 12.
Yeah, you don't even know it's a manticore. It's not a manticore. This is a
Bunny.
It's Esquilax.
it's a lion thingy.
It's a
A lion
Larmadillo.
spiky tail. A liondillo.
Larmadillo.
Larmadillo.
I like that.
It's a liger.
Mm-hmm. A larmadillo sounds like a llama and an armadillo, which would be a very odd design.
That
You have
would
to
be.
take the
It
shell
would.
off to get the wool.
He also says, Lasney, get down. Stay down.
Back to the top of the round, Zenobia.
Can I step out and shoot?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
So Zenobia's out of the mist.
She steps out of the mist.
He's still studied. Oh, nat 20.
Wow.
There you go.
go.
Oh. Confirm it.
that, boy.
Confirm it. I want to see that times 3.
1.
No. I think that happened the last time you
It did
crit.
happen the last time.
All right. Well, you
that's
still
a
So
hit.
it's just normal damage
Yeah.
then.
So, and this was +3 because you're not using a silver arrow.
Correct. So 2, 5.
5 points of damage. Alrighty. It certainly takes that. And it's very unhappy with you because you keep hurting it.
I can't step back into the mist now,
Nope.
can I?
Nope. So the Manticore is going to 5-foot step and then do a full attack. So it'll be a bite and 2 claws against Zenobia. On the bite,
Good thing you have that ring.
Miss.
it's a 19 on the bite.
Miss.
First claw, 22.
Miss.
Are you sure you're excluding your shield bonus?
No, I'm not.
So it's just minus.
Because I can't quick draw that?
No, you can't
You have your
have
bow.
a shield while you're using a bow.
Well,
No, you can't.
I have the quick draw ability. It's worth knowing. So yeah, that the first claw hits.
First claw hits. Okay. 8 points of damage from the first claw. And the second claw. It's a natty 19, so that's a 29.
Well, that hits.
Should have stayed in the mist.
I'm the only one hitting this creature.
For 11 points of damage on the second claw.
Well, I'm hurting, but I'm still up.
Vivian is up next.
So Vivian is going to move forward a bit. She's now right behind Roderick in the mist, and she is going to channel again, and this will encapsulate Zenobia as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have researched and figured out that fog is not like having a wall there, it
Yes.
can go through the fog.
Yeah, we're not putting all of this in the recording, but we just did a deep dive into can you channel when you're in the mist?
Exactly.
The answer
Yeah.
is yes.
Yeah, we got confused between line of sight and line of effect, and total concealment versus total cover. They're all different things.
Yes.
It's super
They
fun, and honestly, it was. I enjoyed listening to the. It was a real good nerd crunch, rule crunch, just deep dive.
Some total nerdage.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, so that is a much better healing roll. That is 8 points of healing to everybody except the stinky old manticore. That's rude of me. I don't know if he's old. He's
But do
probably,
you know if he stinks?
I probably would know if he stinks, but does he?
Well,
Yes.
He smells like a wild animal.
it smells like a female.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
She smells sexy.
Just
So smells like perfume.
So, does Manicore lay eggs?
No.
But they fly like birds.
They've got
Or
fur.
bad.
But they're lions, so they're fur. They're not platypuses.
but they have nests.
Platypeople.
Yeah, they have nests.
Platypeople.
Platypi.
Anyway,
So that was Vivian's turn. Doing anything else? No, you moved up and you channeled, so that's all you can do.
Yep.
Right?
Thanks, Viv. Feel better.
That's all I could do.
That's all you can do.
Brought myself back up to full health.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
All right, Renly, you're up next.
Okay, so
You didn't think about this turn at all, did you?
I did, but now I have to. All this rule checking is making me check rules.
Making you doubt yourself, huh?
Uh huh. Exactly.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's when the game becomes reality.
So what Renly is going to do is he's going to touch his hat of disguise to bring out Carrie the One. Carrie is going to start to sing, inspiring all of her mates and giving them a +1 magic on their weapons.
Yay!
Magically enhanced weapons.
And for movement, she's going to fly up 20 feet.
Are you still in the mist then?
I'm on the border of the mist. It's a 20 foot. It's 20 feet.
You're above it.
So technically, you could be seen from outside of it
Yeah.
with 20% concealment.
So the range is 20. It's 20 foot sphere, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm right at the edge.
You can see your horns peeking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy. That's pretty cool. That's a cool visual.
Mhm.
It's like if she's singing that awful 99 Bottles of Beer song again.
No, she's singing, "You got the wrong witch.
Which witch?
You got the wrong witch."
So, unique turn there. Roderick.
So Roderick is going to step out of the mist, and he's going to cast Rhyme Flurry of Snowballs at the Manticore. So I need a reflex save.
Reflex. Natural 20.
Ouch.
So he takes half the damage I'm about to roll. So I rolled 14, so she takes 7 points of damage, but more importantly is entangled for 2 rounds.
Wait, does that mean she falls?
That means if she was flying, she is no longer flying.
She is backed on the ground. when
Yeah,
she attacked.
she landed to...
Well, I mean, she also can't take off for 2 rounds.
Right.
Nice. You're grounded,
Alright.
bitch.
Grounded for 2 rounds.
Yeah, -2 AC, -2 attack rolls, all that kind of stuff.
Very fun. You sick of that spell yet, Gary?
Maybe.
I'm just going to use it in every single combat from here on out. So.
Seriously.
And we all laughed and laughed when he said he was taking a rhyme spell.
I'm just waiting for it to backfire on him because cold spells always backfire.
true.
on
There's no
Richard.
attack roll.
It's
At
true.
some point.
I can't fumble it because there's no attack roll,
That's true.
which is why I chose it.
You'll still find a
Yeah,
way.
he'll
for it
find
to
a way.
backfire.
He'll find a way to
I'll
pull it up. Ah, that was so funny. The first time he used some other game, he used a cold spell and like blew a snowball up his nose or something. It was so funny.
Well, he gave
It was a
us-
ray of frost.
He gave himself frostbite on
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah. Every time the
got a
first
bad
3
track
times
record.
I cast a cold spell with an attack roll, I fumbled it and ended up doing cold damage to myself. with
Yeah. Funniest one was like ray of frost up the nose.
All right, Zenobia, you're up next.
I'm going to switch to my heavy mace,
Okay.
which I can do as a quick draw,
it. Heal, quick draw.
and hit. A natural 20.
Oh my goodness, Zenobia, roll again.
See.
Mhm. Roll to
Not
confirm.
mine.
The 20s are flowing.
Oops. Crack die. You're not going to believe this.
You rolled a 1 again,
I
didn't
rolled a
you?
1 again.
Oh, no.
I was hoping it was the other one with natural
No.
20 because that means you
No.
could roll a third one.
There is just like it's the way the universe is
It's
balancing.
baked into it somehow.
It's the way the universe is balancing the power of Zenobia.
Yeah. So, it's still a D8. Which is 3 plus 3, 6. Plus 1, 7.
7 points of damage.
It's
That's the magic. The
Oh,
one.
plus 8. 8.
8. Okay.
not plus 8.
8 points of damage total.
Yes.
Very good. It certainly takes that. She is not happy.
And now I can step back into the mist. Yes? Yes.
Yes.
Leave Roderick by himself.
Hey,
Slayer, man.
But she's stuck, right? She can't move.
No, she can move. She can move at half speed.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the Manticore will 5-foot step toward Roderick and do a full round attack with the bite. 22.
That'll hit.
8 points of damage on the bite.
Ow.
Claw 1. Natural 20.
Of course it was.
Confirm it with a natural 1.
yeah.
It's a natty 18.
No.
On a confirm.
Oh, man.
So that'd be a 28 to confirm the natural 20.
What do you think, Gary?
Is that a hit?
He's about to hit. Kind of sounds like you're crying.
That's a lot of dice.
I just rolled max damage on the claw.
So, whoa. You rolled top damage on all of the things that you rolled?
On
Claw 1.
the 4 dice that I just rolled.
All of them hit max.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete.
So what is max damage?
72.
No, it's not that bad. 26 points of damage on the first claw.
Ow.
And the second claw.
Oh, jeez.
15.
15 will miss.
There you go. Natural 5 to balance it out.
To balance. Well, I guess it could.
Ufta.
Ufta?
Ufta.
Oofta. So yeah, it's the bite you don't want the crit on.
Yeah, man.
The
That
claws
would've been a
aren't
lot worse.
as bad.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Vivian.
Vivian, hearing Roderick's
Why am I out here by myself?
Roderick's cries of pain, is going to stumble forward through the mist until she can see Roderick. And can you actually put me one square back so I'm a little further away from the manticore? And she's going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds on Roderick, burning one of her level 2 spells for the day. 10 points of healing to Roderick.
Nice. That makes up for the bite, at least.
Yeah. Roderick, please be careful.
I mean, y'all did just leave him out here by himself with the manticore. So,
What I imagined is when Zenobia took her 5-foot step back into the mist, you know the Homer meme?
yeah.
That's exactly
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just go slide.
All right. Well, Renly, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Renly is going to do a 5-foot flight
Okay.
above the mist.
Can you do a 5-foot flight? How does flying work? Don't you have to go?
You have to move at least half your flight speed.
But if
Or else you
you
have to make a flight check.
if you want to go just end up at that point, you have to fly up past it and kind of come back down.
Yeah.
And kind of or make a circle or whatever to end up in the spot you
What-
want to.
Yeah, no.
What's your flight speed?
20 feet.
Okay, so you could go 10 feet up without an issue.
Okay, but I also wanted to draw.
You can do that.
As you're flying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll draw my chakram as I fly up 10 feet, and I will throw it down at the manticore.
That was an odd combination of noises.
Because it's all bad. 13.
13 will miss. The chakram flies and sticks in the ground.
But he didn't see me throw it. She didn't see me throw it, right?
Well,
You are out of the mist now, bro.
yeah.
I'm above it, though. She can't get me because she can't fly.
Yet.
Yet.
Roderick.
So I have a question. As it's in biting and clawing, does it appear to have reach?
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, Roderick is going to take a 5-foot step away from it.
Go where I can flank when I step back out, Roderick.
No.
Roderick is going to take a 5-foot step away from it and heal himself. He uses his healing hex and heals himself for 7 points.
Very good.
Nice.
Heal.
Make us heal thyself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Roderick's feeling a little bit better. Zenobia, back to the top of the round.
Step out and hit.
Zenobia, do you want to try to walk around so that next round when Roderick could step back up so y'all are flanking?
Yes, that's my objective is to try and always set up a flank.
All
I'm going to
right.
be strategically trying to do
So
that.
Zenobia's going to take a bit of the circuitous route to get to the manticore so she doesn't get attacked while walking
Doing
by.
some strategery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hit with my magic mace. Is this still a +1 magic,
Did you continue singing, Renly?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
No, you have to declare it.
Oh. But it's...
No,
I can't
because
put it
we
on
don't-
automatic?
We don't know how many rounds you're going to use. You run out
We
of
could
rounds.
set a rule that says Renly won't stop singing unless he announces that he stops.
Correct. Rule set.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you should know how many rounds he can do than Gary.
Sorry, 9, 17.
17 hits.
Ooh, yay.
Yes. So, this is a 1d8. So it's a 7 plus 3 is 10
plus 4, plus 1 more.
plus 2 more. Studied 11, 12 for magic for Renly's.
Sounds about right.
So 12 points of damage?
Yep.
All right. It takes that damage. It's still kicking, though.
Has anyone else hit
And
it?
I cannot make any other movement, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Roderick's hit it too.
Did he? Yes, with the snowballs.
Yeah. It made its reflex save, so it only took half damage. All right. It is the Manticore's turn. It's got 2
Juicy subject.
juicy subjects to choose from, so I'm going to roll a percentile die to see which one of you I go after.
Please let it be Roderick.
You really don't want that to happen.
You can take it more.
So
I'm going to Nova this thing if it doesn't attack me, but if it does, then I have to be defensive again.
We'll say above 50 is Roderick, below 50 is Zenobia. 10.
That's me.
So,
Full round attack.
Right there, bite, claw.
But at least I've got my shield this time.
22.
Miss.
First claw. Natural 20.
Confirm it. I mean, don't confirm it.
Yeah.
Roll a 1.
At least it's on the claw and not the bite.
21 for the confirmed.
Miss.
So it's just a bite and not confirmed crit.
I'm
Just
sorry,
a claw.
was that with the claw?
That's
It's
what
a
I
call.
meant.
Yeah.
It's a. I'll say that again.
You don't get to sneak a bite in
Yeah,
there,
don't
Gary.
slip the bite in.
Seriously.
I grabbed the D4. I was grabbing the right damage die.
That is what's important.
So, all right. So the first claw is a hit, but not a confirmed critical. 9 points of damage on that first claw, and the second claw, natural 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll to confirm.
Yes.
Natural 20.
So it fumbled?
So, no, it didn't fumble. It's opposite of you.
Oh, that's so funny.
God. It's not
What
fair.
is happening in this universe?
That's kind of fun.
Hey, do you think all
So
the
what does that mean?
That means it
Just
Just
a
missed.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
did not fumble.
I don't take any more damage. That's
No.
all I do.
Right.
Hey, do you think that all the 20s we're rolling is because we're now in the year 2020?
Probably.
Does that explain the ones?
It's because we're in January.
Hey, there you go. We figured it out, guys. The mysteries of the universe.
Yep. Solved. All right. Vivian, you're up next.
Zenobia, how are you looking?
About half.
Yeah, so Vivian is going to channel again, because Roderick, you're still down, right?
Yes, I am.
No, those are the wrong die. I do not channel with D8s. That'd be awesome. 7 points of healing. And Renly, if
No,
you're
I'm
out of
fine.
range now, also.
I'm fine.
And she's just gonna hover around Roderick.
All right. Renly.
Okay, so what Renly is going to do is cast Returning Weapon. So he's going to get the chakram back.
Okay.
And continue singing.
There you go. Roderick.
All right. First of all, how badly hurt does it look?
It's bloodied.
Okay. Sick of all this BS. Roderick is going to Nova. As I previously said, he's going to cast Shocking Grasp, which since the creature does not have reach, he does not have to cast defensively. He's going to spend an Arcane Pool point to use Arcane Accuracy and add a +3 to his 2 hit. Spell combat spell strike, 5-foot step, swing twice with Shocking Grasp on the sword.
Plus mine, plus 1.
Yes, so it's a +9 to each attack. First swing,
Roll a 1.
it's a 15.
Ooh.
Oh, but it's
24?
flanked, so it'd be 17.
All right. That'll hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That flank was a good move. Good job to Zenobia. Okay. So that is 5. Plus 5 is 10 for the weapon damage.
Okay.
And the Shocking Grasp damage is 46. It is 14 points of shocking damage.
Wow.
Okay. Still standing.
Second attack. Natural 17, which is a critical threat.
All right.
Roll to confirm. Natural 12, which since the other one hit, that should hit.
Okay.
So that's a confirmed crit.
Confirm crit.
It is
Oh, that's a
confirmed critical.
card.
I mean, you can. It only has 2 hit points left, though.
I'm fine, just killing it.
All right.
I wanted to read the card.
Roderick, great job.
Wow.
Let's find out how much damage I did, just out of curiosity.
Just.
Another 21.
Yeah.
Kablow.
Wow, Roderick.
It's not just dead. It's head chopped off permadead.
It's Novad.
But does it die all fancy like everybody else? Like, no decay?
Well, this is one of the,
Oh.
well, this is one of those points where you're really seeing you're starting to see Roderick really exemplifying what he can do. Like you see, like the magical traces around his movements with the arcane accuracy and everything else. Like there's like a faint
Very
trace
Doctor
as he's-
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, very Doctor Strange as he's like moving slightly faster than you'd expect and delivering electricity through his glowing sword.
It's got the fighter precision that Zenobia does when she's practicing the sort of dance
Yes.
aspect, but there's this extra flair to it because of the magic.
Yeah, but as soon as he delivers the flow, it fades, and he's
Nice.
back to normal.
Boring old Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yay!
Nice
Manticore's
one,
dead.
Roderick.
Manticore's dead. This poor Mama Manticore is dead.
Oh, there's
Mama
babies?
Manticore.
Can we raise the babies?
Mama Manticore.
Yeah, that's what the nest was for.
Yeah, roll knowledge arcana to identify the nest.
Are there babies in the nest?
23.
All right. So do y'all go look at the nest?
Yeah, now that we know that.
Well,
it
he's
belongs to-
flying.
Well, do we wanna
Yeah, I can take a peek. So I fly up and take a peek in the nest.
Okay. So you look in the nest. You can tell that it was pretty much a recent construction. It hasn't been here that long.
She was gonna have babies.
The nest does contain a corpse of a dwarf. The corpse is wearing a colorful patchwork coat with numerous pockets. Do you investigate the corpse at all?
Of course I do.
Up there? All right. So
Gee.
up there you find a vial with some oil in it. You find another package of body balm.
Body balm.
Yeah. You find a silver hip flask that still has some brandy in it. You find a crimson felt purse, which has 31 platinum pieces and 22 gold pieces.
Say that again, 31p.
Oh, don't write it down because I didn't tell you.
I'm writing it down because you would never tell us, because it wouldn't matter how long the gap is, you wouldn't remember.
So yeah,
That's true.
31 platinum pieces and 22 gold. It's got a masterwork short sword and a wand. And that's all you find in the nest.
That's it?
That's
No babies.
Well, she was gonna have babies. She was prepping the nest for it.
There's no daddy around, right?
I would be worried about that. I think manticores do, like, mate for life. Like, I think they're pretty...
This is a we better
Feisty.
ski-daddle.
Gary's just shrugging innocently.
Alright, so yeah, no, I come down with everything, and of course he's not going to keep the money for himself. He's just going to share.
Do you think we ought to destroy the nest?
That seems like just a kick in the teeth. Just
Yes, we're going to destroy the nest.
I feel like leaving it here would be asking for more problems.
Yes. We're marauders, okay? Now isn't the time to get moral over fictional manticore.
I'm sorry, did Zenobia say that?
Yes.
Zenobia, this manticore was very real.
Zenobia's like, just so you remember, this is all a game.
Right. So
Zenobia just says, I think we should destroy the nest.
wouldn't take very long to destroy it. I mean, it's just
Yeah, just chopping it down and
yeah.
letting it collapse.
Push the body of the manticore into the swamp.
and then blood came and eat it.
Basically.
Vivian feels bad about
Just-
the manticore.
Just like the scene from Temple of Doom. Where
Lasny, are you okay?
I don't feel that bad about it because I've been bitten and hit by this thing. I'm ready to kill it.
I took 34 points of damage from this thing.
No, I understand. I don't disagree that it needed to be, that this was the course of action, but I'm just sad.
Say a burial prayer, it'll be fine.
Lasny, are you okay?
What the hell was that?
It was a manticore. We don't know anything else about it.
Thinking for the accent again.
yeah, because it
I thought it was
didn't sound
fine.
like anything.
It was fine.
They sounded like he was drunk.
Well, maybe he was sitting over there drinking.
He was with the little flask.
I
You'll
thought it
take the
was
flask
fine.
of brandy.
Yeah. What sort of wand was that?
We have to
You have
do
to identify it.
checks. There's a wand and a potion, right? Or an oil.
An oil.
And oil.
Are they both the same check?
Roderick gets 20, taking 10.
Okay. With that, I'll tell you the oil is an oil of keen edge.
Oh, so would that... Hold on. Would that help you?
No, because my weapon's already keened.
Okay, so you can't double keen it.
Right.
Okay.
And the wand is a wand of ghost sound with 22 charges left.
Okay.
That's appropriate for a swamp. Well, it makes sense,
What
because
does
this guy...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This guy seems to be some sort of a gesture.
Gesture?
Jester.
Jester.
What does body balm do?
It is a pungent yellow powder that is boiled in water and given to a creature to drink. It provides the attending healer a +5 alchemical bonus on heal checks for providing long-term care, treating poison, and treating disease.
Alchemical?
Yes.
Was this our alchemist?
I don't think so.
This dwarf?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Clearly that's something you should be carrying, yes, Vivian?
Yes.
Yes.
Body balm is yours.
Lastly, would it be okay if we bury this dwarf here? Otherwise, do we need to bring him back to town?
Oh, does he know the dwarf? Is there a missing dwarf in town?
We don't normally have dwarves here, but I would recommend burying them over at the other.
Would that be okay? Would
The
you allow us to do
graveyard.
that?
I mean, his body has to be put to rest somewhere, and I would say that this graveyard here has been contaminated, and I wouldn't want some foreigner to suffer through this.
Yes, and some of these bodies are missing from the graves. We don't know if some creature has been digging them up and eating them.
I'm not sure of that either. Perhaps we should look around a bit more.
Agreed. Perception.
Ooh, natural 19.
I had 12 for 21.
24.
Okay.
14, 22.
22.
Good rolls, everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't roll because I'm still in doubt. So
That's right.
He's not going to roll unless we all fail.
He's probably singing, though. Is he still Carrie?
He's still Carrie. And he's,
Is Carrie in doubt?
Carrie, you know what? Carrie wouldn't be in doubt. Because
Is this a loophole around the doubt
she
drawback?
is the one. No, I don't think that it should be. But I think that it should be.
So what was the highest perception rolled?
24.
24? Okay. So with that, you were able to find, when you look back over around that campsite area, you find hidden back behind some of the trees and some of the brush, there is a small boat that looks like the ones that you came over here in. It's kind of hidden back up there. It contains, there's an oar in it. It's got a moldy leather travel bag with some damp clothes in it. It also looks like there is a detached human face in a pouch.
Just the face.
Just the face.
Oh. Is this the face of the poacher?
Maybe.
The poacher?
It's kind of... this one has kind of decayed because it's been...
Sitting here being gross. That's so gross.
Okay.
There's also... looks like dried blood all along the side of the boat. There is a length of rope that's attached to a heavy sack that's kind of down in the water. So
He's chumming it.
We pull that up.
So pulling that up would be fairly easy for y'all to bring up. It's a very large sack, basically the size of a human.
Don't tell me that.
It's covered in dried blood soaked into the fabric. The sack holds rope, a gag. It's got a rusted lantern, a trio of heavy knives, and a rusted shovel.
So a fetish.
What? Oh. Weak joke, Philip.
Yeah, but it's basically...
What? It had a gag in it.
Yeah. But basically, it's like a body bag that's been filled with tools to dig up graves, and things like that.
A grave robber's kit.
Exactly.
It looks like you have a grave robber.
I wonder if this dwarf was working for somebody else.
I think the dwarf might have been the grave robber.
I think so, but was he doing it for himself or for someone else?
The dwarf had a colorful outfit on?
Yeah.
Like a Dolly Parton coat of many colors?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm imagining, actually. I don't know. The dress seems odd. We need to bury him, but we also need him for identification. I wonder if he's involved or if he's just a victim.
So, do we compare his face to the other face that we found?
Compare the dwarf's face to the other face?
Is this the same guy?
The dwarf has his face.
The dwarf has his face. Are you saying he's two-faced?
Yes. If he's a grave robber, yes.
Man, there's a lot to unpack here. I also wanted to look at the knives closer to see if there's some sort of identifying features. Are they Farberware or Oneida?
Ginsu.
Ginsu, that was what I was trying to think of. Can they slice through a concrete brick?
They definitely look like they're made to cut through something big, like perhaps bone and muscle and things like that.
Do they look... My thought is, and this is definitely grasping at straws, but like, if you're a chef, you have your knives. If you're a hairstylist, you have your scissors and things like that. And I'm wondering if there's some sort of mark on any of these.
You don't see a mark on any of these, but now that you know that you're looking for tools and things like that, go ahead and give me another perception check.
That's not as good. That's a 16.
17.
10.
Negative something.
Well, as you're looking around, Lasny notices.
Thank you, Lasny.
He finds kind of tucked back behind a tree, there's this leather-bound case, and he just kind of hands it to you guys. Like,
Vivian takes it.
I don't know what this is, but I just saw it lying back here. And
opens it.
You open it up, and you find inside these fine tools made of silver with amethyst handles. They look very expensive. Vivian, primarily, give me a heal check on this.
12.
You're not sure exactly what the tools are, but you would assume that there's some type of like surgical implements, like scalpels.
They look
things like that.
medically inclined.
They're definitely medical, and these do have symbols on them.
Do they radiate magic?
They do not radiate magic, but the little small symbol on each of them on the handles is a raven.
Knowledge local on that. Zenobia, have you ever seen a symbol like this? Renly?
No. No, I haven't.
Carrie. Knowledge local?
Mm-hmm.
18.
18, not quite enough to know where these are. You know it's a maker's mark, like whoever made them, this is their symbol, but you haven't seen this one before.
So I just failed another skill check.
Yes.
But what does Carrie say?
Are you talking about when she doesn't know?
Yeah.
Carrie goes, I don't know what this is.
Can we hang around and take whatever until we figure it out?
Or we could take them back and do it later.
You have to wait till the next day to make another check.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some sort of bird. I don't know.
Lasny, have you ever seen... This symbol looks like a maker symbol.
It looks like the symbol from the workshop of Zbraslov Hora and Sons.
Now that's a name.
Braslov what?
Zbraslov
Horan Sons.
Hora.
Oh.
Are they based out of here in Morast?
Yes, they are locals.
I think we need to speak to them.
It seems like exquisite finery for the simple life that you described of the people in this town.
Well, they seem to make stuff for travelers that come through and purchase their wares.
I think we need to speak to them. So what I think we should do is take the dwarf's body. Honestly, I think we might need to see some identification, because it's like the question. My first thought was that the dwarf wasn't involved with any of this, but if he was,
he might very well be the alchemist.
I don't think he's the alchemist.
You think he's working?
I think the alchemist is the big bad, and we're not going to fight him until the end of the book. Okay. So he could be an Igor, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's involved. I think he was just a random wanderer in the bayous.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, is how much of this is relevant to the case and how much of this is
just a red herring.
Yeah, just a grave robber showed up after the fact.
Why was the other stuff left behind, though?
Well, actually, he did say that it was about a year old, too.
No, so I don't think he's a grave robber. I think this was just a dude wandering around, because the outfit, like, you don't go grave robbing with bangles on your toes.
So why was this other bag left behind with the surgical tools?
I think that's separate from the dwarf, is what I'm saying. I think the alchemist is doing the grave robbing. I think there's a grave robber, and then there's this dwarf. But just to be sure, we should probably see if anyone recognizes the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, the campsite that you found is about a year old, and that's where all the items you're finding are.
Yeah.
The corpse was fairly recent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not connected to each other.
So, the corpse of the dwarf was found in the nest.
Wait a minute.
There's a campsite on the ground. Mm-hmm. There's a boat. There's a bag.
The boat, bag, and campsite are all together. They're all in the same area.
How freshly dug up were the graves?
They're older, like about a year.
Oh, okay. I thought they were more recent.
No.
So no, this dwarf is just a separate thing.
But he came in the boat and left all this other stuff?
No, we don't know how the dwarf got there. I suspect maybe the manticore just picked it up from somewhere else and brought it to its nest.
So, somewhere there is someone who abandoned a boat, abandoned their surgical tools, and abandoned their campsite.
And this assumption is it's the beast at this point. But we have signs that show that there's an alchemist involved, such as the potion.
And the homunculus.
Well, we haven't seen any evidence of the homunculus here.
Not here, but we saw it at the...
Back at the...
okay.
Yeah.
By the way, this little dwarf's feet, are they about the size of the footprints we saw?
They just put it up to the mold.
The dwarf's feet are much bigger.
Just
because a dwarf is about 4 foot tall.
Just ask it. Just gotta make sure.
Little tiny feet.
Little tiny feet.
Like, we're talking, like...
You're talking about... Okay.
Like this big on the
like
footprints
a pixie,
for the homunculus.
Like a
okay,
basically.
Tinkerbell.
Just making sure.
Tinkerbell versus Lord of the Rings dwarf.
Got it.
Gimli.
Okay.
Imagine Gimli on Tinkerbell's feet.
Gimli could step on Tinkerbell.
Just asking. Got to make sure. Okay.
I think we need to talk to these gentlemen.
Is there anything else that we are missing that we need to be looking at again?
I feel like we've probably found everything we're going to find here. Thank you very much, Lasley.
Yeah.
So we just send him off on his boat, or do we all go back together?
No, we're all going back together.
Yeah.
Because how else would you get back?
Exactly.
I don't think it was a farewell thank you. It was just a thank you in general.
It sounded like a wrapping it up farewell thank you.
No.
Thank you very much, Lasny, for bringing us here.
Indeed.
These items we found are useful information. We may be able to piece more of the truth together from this.
Well, it is my pleasure. Shall we head back into town?
Yes.
Yes, let's.
Do we need to take the body with us?
Well, either way, we need to take the body with us.
There's room in one of the boats.
I mean, we've got plenty of boats.
Yeah, it's your boat, Roderick.
And you found another one to add stuff on, too. Just tie it up.
That's true. We got a free boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's use the murder boat to travel around from now on.
With all the blood down the side of it.
Ugh.
Just wash it off.
Just make sure we've got all the stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I dumped the tools into the water. These are tools of evil. I just threw them away.
These expensive tools of evil.
Those are evidence.
I could sell those.
How dare you? So you make it back into town uneventfully, and you said you wanted to go speak with the Zbravlovs.
Yes. Which, once we're done recording, I'm going to ask you to spell those correctly.
Absolutely.
Whose idea was it to put two consonant sounds right next to each other?
Eastern Europeans.
Right.
Very much.
All right, so you make your way back into town. You're heading to go speak to Zbravlov, Hora, and Sons, or at least at their shop. So you make your way there, and you do find a craftsman's shop with the sign outside with that raven that matches the raven on those symbols, and the sign that says Zbravlov, Hora, and Sons. And we'll pick it up here next week.
Yay!
Yay!
That's a great place to end. It's not a cliffhanger.